I'm Ryan, a proud homeowner in a quiet, meticulously maintained suburban neighborhood, where every lawn is trimmed to perfection and every home exudes an air of order and respect for personal space. For years, life here has been smooth, and the Homeowners Association has kept everything in check. But in every community, there's that one figure who pushes the limits. In our neighborhood, that person is known as HOA Karen. With her rigid approach to enforcing even the most trivial rules, she's become infamous for overstepping her boundaries. Today, I'm about to share a story that completely turned my world upside down. A story about how my personal space was invaded when Karen parked her car in my garage, and how I had to take matters into my own hands. One crisp morning, as I was getting ready for the day, I made a shocking discovery. My designated garage space, the very spot I reserved and paid for, was occupied by a car that didn't belong to me. To my disbelief, it was HOA Karen's car, parked right in the middle of my garage. I stood there, stunned and frustrated, unable to comprehend how someone could so blatantly disregard my property boundaries. This wasn't just a minor mistake, it was a full-on invasion of my personal space. The rules that I trusted were being trampled upon, and it felt like an open challenge to my rights as a homeowner. Naturally, I confronted Karen as soon as possible. I knocked on her door, hoping to resolve the issue amicably, only to be met with a dismissive shrug and an attitude that said, "It's not a big deal." Her cavalier response left me not only livid but also feeling utterly powerless. Here I was, standing up for my property, while Karen acted as though her intrusion was perfectly acceptable. The usual channels for resolution had failed, and I realized that conventional complaint methods wouldn't work with her. That moment of confrontation became the turning point. I knew I had to do something drastic to reclaim control over my space. After much thought, I made a decision that was as unconventional as it was necessary. I decided to lock my garage door, leave the premises, and take a week-long hiatus from the situation. It wasn't just about avoiding Karen's ongoing intrusion. It was a form of silent protest, a way of saying, I refuse to be disrespected on my own property. I carefully secured my garage and all other vulnerable entry points, and with my bags packed, I left for a week, determined to let the absence of my presence speak volumes. This decision wasn't made lightly, but sometimes walking away is the only way to force a change when words and formal complaints fall on deaf ears. While I was away, something unexpected happened. The neighborhood buzzed with conversations about the incident. Neighbors who had once been silent on similar issues began sharing their own stories of minor intrusions and disrespectful behavior. It turned out that I wasn't the only one affected by Karen's overreach. The shared outrage united us, and the collective pressure started to change the dynamics within the community. When I finally returned, I discovered that my absence had forced a shift. HOA Karen's actions were no longer tolerated, and many residents had begun demanding accountability. The stage was set for a community-wide reformation of our HOA's practices, and my bold move had sparked the change we all desperately needed. Upon my return, the confrontation was inevitable. With documented evidence and the backing of a united neighborhood, I stood firm and demanded that Karen remove her car from my garage and that the HOA enforce clear, respectful boundaries. The resulting discussions led to a formal reprimand for Karen and stricter guidelines to protect every homeowner's property rights. Today, our neighborhood feels safer and more respectful than ever before. If you've ever had your personal space violated by overbearing neighbors or HOA policies, I want to hear your story. Drop a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more real-life homeowner stories and updates. Thanks for watching.